Hi guys! I want to talk to you today about the choice between WordPress and Squarespace. Now this is a question I get often asked when I'm helping people to start their website or to redevelop an existing website. The choice between WordPress and Squarespace can be kind of baffling because they basically do the same thing. You can use them to make your website, but ultimately the experience of using them is quite different, and the ongoing use of them is quite different. So I've broken it down into a couple of different points, and maybe it'll help you to make the decision between WordPress and Squarespace. So point one is flexibility. Now, both WordPress and Squarespace have the ability to do many things, but if it comes down to ultimate flexibility in all things, so that's design and functionality, if it comes down to flexibility as your priority, I'd go for WordPress. So at the time of recording this, WordPress represents about 1 in 4 websites worldwide, which if you think about it, it's massive. So if you wanted to do something with your website, the flexibility is definitely there, because if you can imagine 1 in 4 websites, anything you can imagine that needs to be done has already been done. So tools exist, themes exist that will do exactly what you want it to do. No need to get a custom site made if you want something very specific made. WordPress is really, really great for that. It's got massive flexibility in terms of design and functionality. Squarespace, not to put it down, has a lot of flexibility as well, but it's designed to be easy to set up and easy to run. So the flexibility comes in if you're getting a lot of customization done there. So if you're comparing WordPress and Squarespace for flexibility, WordPress wins. Moving on. In terms of getting started with either tool, so WordPress has a much steeper learning curve than Squarespace. With Squarespace, you can just get in there, start your account, and start making pages. It's all drag and drop and very easy. You can't go wrong because it won't let you go wrong. And so that goes back to the flexibility thing. There's a load of things that you can't do with it because it doesn't want to overwhelm you with loads of stuff. So in terms of learning it as a tool, Squarespace would win that one because it's very easy to kind of get your head around where things are. And they also offer support. So if you're paying for Squarespace, you can just ping the support team a question at any time, which is not the case for WordPress because it's open source. There's no support team there. There are thousands of forums, but it's kind of much, if in terms of learning curve, WordPress is much more steep learning curve. Squarespace, you can kind of get started and get stuck in. So ongoing. So that the ongoing use of either Squarespace or WordPress, it comes down to a couple of factors. So the ongoing costs, Squarespace is more expensive. WordPress, you're basically paying for hosting, which can be, you can pay about 5 to 12 euros a month. So the hosting for WordPress is much cheaper than Squarespace. But the ongoing maintenance is another factor. So you can make a Squarespace website and then totally forget about it. It doesn't need your love so much. But WordPress, it'd need you to come in and check things at least once a month, just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. So WordPress does need you to pop in there and run updates. But with that in mind, in terms of being visible and using your website as a real business tool, you'd need to be getting in there and adding stuff all the time if you want it to be ranked on Google. If you're using social media and your website is your online hub, you're going to need to be getting in there anyway if you're really getting the most out of your website. So in terms of ongoing, Squarespace is easier to maintain, but it's more expensive. WordPress is more involved in terms of maintenance, but it's cheaper. So with all of that in mind, the real point of having a website is using it to grow your business, to process payments, to be visible. No matter what platform that you actually choose, be it WordPress or Squarespace or some other platform, you really need to be clear on what you need your website to be doing. So the majority, most of the time, what you need your website to be doing is a marketing tool for your business or a lead generating tool for your business. So whichever platform that you choose, bear in mind that it's a marketing tool, it's a business asset, a website, and you really need to be looking at it with that in mind. What do you want to do with your business, and how can you get your website to do a lot of that work for you? So if you are at the point of creating a new website, or you are starting a website for the first time or redeveloping it, you can ping me questions through my Facebook page, my Facebook business page, Claire Creative, and I'll be happy to jump on a call with you to explain a few things. So I hope you find that helpful. If you have questions about the differences between WordPress and Squarespace, do let me know and I'll be happy to help. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.